There we go. Hi, everybody. We're here. Um, Thank you for coming to our Monday show. I like to call this the Magical Monday because it's myself with SunPsychic Jean and Wisdom Seeker Joan. And I always feel like this is kind of like our reward for going through the weekend. you know, like like uh, I don't know. Weekends sometimes, I can be a little bit hard for me. They're almost more work than the regular days. So this is a fun day for me. Okay.
Yeah, getting back into it. Hello, everybody, and I am thrilled. I've been looking forward to this myself, and I'm so excited to see everybody here. And it's really it's not easy doing something every week and having like a scheduled show and a dedication and we're not all of us can make it all the time, but it's so nice to come back and do it as often as we can and together as often as we can.
Mhm.
It just means a lot. We've all been here together for so long, and we feel the camaraderie. And I feel as though our spirit guides get together as well, and they're all very helpful. And my spirit like lifts up, and I'm like, woo! I'm getting ready to do readings with the
Mhm.
ladies.
I love
Yeah.
it too. It's like there's the part of my brain or this part of my spirit or something that's on other times there's more worry and concern and, oh, what if I, do something wrong or something. And here, all of that can go away and we can just focus 100% on having fun and getting really good responses for people because all of that other stuff is cleared out because we've worked together so much. And I just
That's right.
appreciate you two so much. And I love doing this.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
I appreciate both of you as well. What I love is that psychic bounce that we get. I just love that. And I love it when one of you does a reading so much that we're all like, they make that face at that. I know this is a good reading.
That would be fun to get like clips of like those, like
How
one
many?
person is talking and the other two are going like that, and just do a kind
well,
of a blooper reel.
do you want me to
Yeah.
share about the one that I saw this afternoon?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Is that
please.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was watching something had popped up in my feed, and it happened to be an old show that Joan had posted on her channel. And I was curious, and I can tell like when I had my headphones on, that was way back in the beginning. And Joan was reading for Carol Adams, I believe, and we were reading for her grandmother. And Joan was saying, this was, I think, yeah, this was when you just first started your channel, I think it was.
Mhm.
And Joan said, I see a white flag, and the white flag has a heart on it. And she's like asking Carolyn's grandmother, she's like, Grandmother, what does this mean? And Joan goes like this, and she comes up and she says, surrender to love. And Terry and I both go,
I'm still like,
and Joan was like, I can't believe those words came out of my mouth. They just flew. I mean, it was so amazing. And then the rest of the show, we kept saying that Joan, it was Joan's show. It was so good. It was so exciting. And it was a replay from, how sometimes you see things from a year ago, but it was so exciting and so uplifting and so reassuring. And it just really reminded me of how long we've been together, how much we've been through, and how much I definitely would not be here as far as I am without you ladies, for sure.
Oh,
uh,
right back at you.
yep.
Definitely.
Jean, while I'm greeting visitors, there is one thing I forgot.
Yes.
Is there any way you could download that little video from our friend on?
Oh,
And
that's right.
while I greet people, maybe you could get that all loaded up because that's cool too. So hi,
Hold on.
Vivian. It's glad to see you here. I see we have Lisa, Teresa Hadron, Sonia Pinola, Jackie Jacaranda, our friend Lisa Parr, Linnea A, uh, Sala Rods. Um, who else do we have here? Carolyn Adams, which, you just heard about one of your old readings. Wiki's here too. So people are in. Lark Kemper. Hi, Lark. Glad you can be here. So probably we have about 25 people here right now, and probably some people are lurking, and that's great. Just remember that if right now you're viewing this and you're feeling a little bit alone, like, how come nobody's saying hi to me? It might be that you're on one of the other channels, because we're simulcasting on all of our channels right now. The main chat is on my channel right now, Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, over on YouTube. And that is, that's where you will not feel ignored. Everybody will be talking to you. Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Aaron, my cousin Aaron. Yay. He's here. So it's going to be a good show. Going to be a good show. I'm starting to star some of the questions, but we don't have a ton of questions right now. So if you have something you want to ask, this might be a really good time to put your question in, because I only have 3. We can do about 10 an hour. I also want to note real quick. I want to show this. Whoops. This one. Viviane is putting up Juno's GoFundMe. If you haven't donated to that GoFundMe yet, please consider it, because Juno's in our community. She has such a wealth of knowledge, but just like a lot of us, her electronics gave up the ghost all at the same time. And that is pretty hard to recover from. So I know that she has already got enough funds that she was able to get her computer rebuilt. She's got a bigger monitor so she can see now, but she still has a few more things she has to recover from. So please consider donating to her.
Yes.
Judy? Yeah. Do you know more about that situation?
I was in touch with Juno. I think she was on my channel last week, and she was saying that with taxes and fees and other stuff, she hadn't considered some of the other services that she'll need. So there's a ways to go just to kind of get the basics you need to do a YouTube channel, but she'll make it worth your while. And for everybody that donates, she's giving a free Destiny card reading too. And yeah, so she'll make it worth your while.
Yeah. I got one of.
I'm just going to go out and come back in again.
Okay, no problem. I received one of those, and I haven't gone through it all. It's very, very deep. So consider that. If you donate, she's going to send you a personalized Destiny card reading. It really is fascinating. I haven't even completely plumbed the depths of it all yet. So
yeah, it's like 20 pages long, and she's doing it for this year and then for next year too, I think, or something like that.
Yeah,
so it's
really
pretty amazing.
And I was okay. There you go. Ooh.
She's back.
Yeah. I just want to also say thank you to Judy Christensen for your donation. That's really, really nice of you to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judy.
Yeah.
Very generous.
And let's see, what else we got going on here? Oh, Debbie No is here. Kelly Scarborough, Lady Silver. Lady Silver, for some reason, the other day I was like meditating and I feel like I was talking to you. I don't know what about. I can't even remember now, but it was weird. You were appearing in my meditation. Monique Arnold's here. Ethnicity. Karen Doyle. Mirella. Okay, so let me look really quick. Oh, yes, Viviane. Let's show this real quick.
Yes.
GoFundMe has little fees and stuff. And if you don't change the tip, if you don't include a tip, then unfortunately, whoever has the GoFundMe has to pay that too, pay that little fee. So if you include the tip in the GoFundMe, then Juno gets more. So that's a good reminder. Thank you, Viviane. And
I'm just going to interrupt a little bit. There's also on Juno's channel, under the on the About page, there's a link to just her PayPal if you'd rather go through PayPal, because they take less out too. So that's another way to do it.
okay. I am just starring a few questions.
There's Debbie No and Ricky and Evelyn and Karen Doyle. And thank you all for coming today.
Okay, so I think.
So it's not downloading correctly. So I don't want to,
Okay.
I can't get it to, the sound is sort of warping. Yeah, from my phone to the email to my desktop. I think it's, been forwarded one too many times.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll wait on that and work on it later. But what we had hoped to show you is a friend of ours' daughter was all alone in the mountains. She took a beautiful landscape picture, and she thought that was it. And then later on, when she looked at the picture, there's an angel speaking to her on it. It's clear as a bell. But obviously, if you copy it enough, it's probably not. So we'll do that later. We'll find that and be able to show you that, because it's phenomenal that they care that much about us.
She said there wasn't anybody within a quarter mile of her, and she took the picture and didn't hear anything. But then, like on iPhones where you can touch it and it animates, then she heard this voice, and it was just like someone speaking right next to her. It was wonderful. And it was a wonderful message of hope.
Yes. Okay, well, ladies, are you ready? Are you ready for?
Absolutely.
As I'll ever be.
So first question out the gate is really, really interesting. I like this one. Linnea wants to know if she has ET guides.
I'm going to use my pendulum.
That's a good idea.
And anyone who gets something first, just go.
So they're correcting me a little bit, Linnea. It is ET, but they prefer to be called galactic, like galactic council kind of guides. But so they want that's the way they would like for you to think of them and to refer to them. But yes, it is galactic kind of collective. How about you, Joan?
I got yes, and I always call them my galactic friends, and I got the word protection. They're there as protectors, and I got the idea that this one that is working with you or protecting you is of the Arcturian race. And is encouraging you, if you'd like to just give him a name, or try to just kind of meditate and say, what should I call you, and whatever comes to your mind. But especially if you're interested in working with our galactic friends, it's nice to have someone who will protect them. In fact, can I tell a story real quick? Last year, I was on vacation down in Mexico, and every morning I'd wake up early in the morning, and I'd see, and I'm like, I had no contact before, and I'd see these spaceships or whatever they were on the horizon. And I was trying to tune in and everything. And then one day, Jean, you contacted me and said, there's someone here that thinks you should have a galactic protector. And I didn't recognize this woman's name, and I'm very sorry that I can't bring it to mind right now, but that was it. Or maybe you forwarded a message or something. And she said, you should request a galactic protector. So I did, and I did just what I recommended to Linnea, and tuned in, and I got the name Samuel. So Samuel was kind of looking out for me, and that made me feel much better about kind of exploring that. So that was fun.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
We're all connected.
I unfortunately got interrupted because suddenly my phone started playing, which is weird. I had it all turned off, or at least I thought I did, but I did see an ET on your team. They're very white looking, they glow white, very, very, I mean, they kind of look more humanoid and just whitish gold looking. And I'm kind of wondering, Joan, maybe you know or not, is that kind of that Arcturian energy?
It could be. I'm not well versed in that area at all.
I am not so well versed either, but it's very white energy. And so I saw they're there. And yeah, that's all I got though. Thank you so much.
It definitely sounds Palladian. Let me see if I can get something.
One of the higher vibe ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's because I can't spell. Let me see. Images. Oh no. Palladian is what you see. It's not Arcturian. Do you want to see?
Okay.
Do you want to see what I
Sure.
say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always a thing with me. Sorry, you guys. If you know me, you know me. If you know me, you got to deal. This is Arcturian. So that's
Okay.
definitely not white long hair and not
Oh.
But this one, this is the more Arcturian, but the Palladians are the white blonde haired, and let me see. Pleabia.
I think it's oh well.
I know. Oops. Click on it too fast. Images. And then this guy is a good representation of what a Palladian looks like.
Yeah, that is much more what I saw, that more like white clothes, a white glow, kind of golden hair. That's more what I saw. Yeah.
These are the Palladians, more humanoid.
Yeah.
These are Palladians.
Yeah. So.
And I was seeing more of the Arcturian images, even though I didn't know what those what that was.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah. So maybe it's a blend.
Maybe.
Yep. And I'm sure, there's just like there's not just one type, Very interesting that they are knocking on our door today. Oh, sorry, guys. I forgot to stop sharing.
Oh, well, thank you. There you go, Linnea. That's very cool.
Yeah, thanks for leading us down that path. That was fun.
And we're going to need to do an ET show for sure.
Yes, we're going to have to. Okay, let's see. Let me. Okay. Lady Silver has a question here. She has a two-part question, actually. How can I get closer to my spirit guides, and what message do they have for me? But she's also wondering if that she has been told an ascended master is working with her as well. So I guess really the whole question is about her guides. and who's working with her. So let's take a look at that, and how can she get closer to. Okay.
I really like the cards. Get an Ascended Master deck, or you can even Google Ascended Masters. And what happened to me, what I'm referring to is I did a meditation and I had a visitation from a very lovely, and when I say visitation, they come in and they come very close to your face and they look at you and they smile. And I could see her, and then she pulled out and I could see her long black hair and she was smiling at me, and it was a goddess. And I'm like, oh my God, she was it was not just beauty like her face, it was like beauty, like radiant beauty. And it was so magnificent. And I was just on a quest to try and find who this goddess was. And I looked everywhere. And if you have cards, you can look through cards. If you have, just Google it like I did and look at images and just go. And I searched goddess after goddess. And then all of a sudden I saw her. She was looking straight at me. And it was Lakshmi, the goddess, the Hindu goddess. And she was looking right back at me. And I'm like, that was her. That was her. So you can do the same thing with look under Ascended Masters and look under images and just see which one resonates with you, or which one sort of like that draws your attention, or which one looks familiar to you. And you'll look through and you'll be like, no, no, no. And then one will be like, this guy looks familiar to me. But that's just one way you can do it. Anybody else?
When I tuned in, I saw you planting a little seedling of not a vegetable, it was a flower of some sort, and kind of patting down the earth and watering it. And so I think this means two things. Ground yourself, be in nature and ground yourself. Set up the practice that flower isn't going to grow unless you water it every day and make sure it gets sunlight and all of those things, which means meditate every day or do whatever spiritual practice that you like to do. And you never doubt. Well, most of us don't doubt. Those of us without a really green thumb kind of doubt. But you never really doubt if you plant the right seed and you water it and it gets sunshine, you just know that it's going to grow. So get rid of all the doubt. Know that you've got, the right fertilizer and all the water, and this opportunity is going to come to you. And then so now you're grounded, you're in practice, and then it's raising your vibration. So all those little things about singing and dancing and listening to up songs and prioritizing your vibration and things that bring it up and cutting out the things that don't. And then it's like, I'm grounded, I'm managing the vibe, and then just invite this person in or the spirit in and just talk to it every day. And if you have a question, even about something mundane, what should I have for lunch today? Or where did I put that tool? Be aware of when thoughts come to you, because that's, at least for me, that was one of the first things, to be able to recognize received thoughts versus thoughts that you think. So look for those little subtle indications.
Wow. Well, I first got that they want you to relax a little bit. Don't try quite so hard. This is about flow. So really everything Joan just said, but relax a little bit. Let it be about flow. But that being said, they started to show me an image. And right away I noticed this image is from ancient Egypt. And the image that I'm seeing are like the original drawings, like whoever was going to build the Sphinx. These are the original drawings of the Sphinx. And I believe, so I'm kind of like, okay, I'm open. Send me more. Who is obviously an Egyptian goddess or priestess or priest, and they're like, no, it's the Sphinx. So I don't know enough about the Sphinx to tell you what it represents, but it seems like that is one of your guides. That's an ascended master.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So there you go. That's what you got.
I just want to share a little feedback. So Lady Silver says he has a dusky complexion and blue-gray eyes, I think. Like this is like the image or the feeling that she's getting. And then Carolyn Adams, thanks for coming, Carolyn. We were just talking about you. She says, who puts these images on Google? And I think it's the experiencers or the people who have visions and who have dreams and things like this. And we know people that do. You're compelled to draw. They almost want you to draw. It's they want you to share about them. And then Kelly said, or Lori says, the Palladian Syrian Arcturian Council of Light have sent messages to others in the mystic community. I read a message they sent to a gentleman on 8/8. So, wow.
Cool.
And Lady Silver, that's why she's asking. I mean, not why, but I mean, oh my gosh, we said we wouldn't always realize what happened on 8/8 until we turned around and look back. I remember that. And I was like, wow, that's when it all started.
So
Sorry.
So what I find interesting is you just had up for a second where a dusky complexion and this gray. So what I saw in this drawing, you know how that they had good painting techniques back then. The whole background was gray, this blue gray, and the Sphinx had this dusky complexion, and there was lots of little gold things around it. That's interesting because very close to those colors is what I saw. So that's cool.
She says, you ladies are amazing. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Lady Silver. Thank you. Thank you for asking your question. Thank you for opening up your heart and your mind and, you're suspending your disbelief. It's amazing for all of us to share this together. And I love just reiterating that just because our faces are here on the screen doesn't mean each and every one of you play a huge part in all of this. So we thank you for being here and asking that amazing question.
Yeah.
Well, since we're in the ET realm, since we're in the well, that wasn't ETs, but since we're in all the spirit guide realm, let's go to Aaron. He didn't actually ask a question, but he says, "I'm wondering if I have them too." He sees stuff at night in the mountains that makes me wonder. Okay, well let's dig into that and find out what's going on with Aaron.
I think he has more like earth spirits with him, more like a Pan would be, or the Green Man, or like even, but they are a multidimensional type beings, and they're in more of an earthly realm. But it does not exclude the galactic realm or your spirit guides for sure. We all have spirit guides. We all have guardian angels. Here as a human being, a spirit in a human body, we all have spirit guides and angels that are watching us, guiding us. And, but I think in addition, you have like this communication with earth spirits.
I was getting the same thing right away. And it was kind of like what I was trying to articulate before, that you've got your roots in the earth, which allows you to have your head in the clouds, sort of, because you're so well grounded in nature. It somehow completes the circuit, so it makes available to you higher dimensional stuff. Like an oak tree can reach really high because it's rooted so well.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, what I got is they called attention, my guides called attention again to your leadership qualities that you have. And you can interact with, I think that what they're trying to tell me is through your life, you're going to interact through many different kinds of guides, not just one. Right now, there are a lot of nature spirits around you, but you will be able to see and interact with, our friends from other dimensions, other planets. But what they're showing me is that some of the reason that this can happen, that you have this ability, is because you're very brave. You actually have a braveness, a curiosity and a braveness deep down in your soul that allows you to be in the mountains. And it doesn't mean that you're not afraid when you should be afraid. I mean, there's times when that is what, it protects us. But they're just saying that you are a very well-rounded kind of have a powerful spirit that's nice and balanced. So that's why that you can understand that they're there and it doesn't creep you out. I like that. Okay. Well, thank you, Erin, for letting us read you. Let's go to another question. Wow. Oh, now this is also another, this is like a investigative question here. So Lisa Parr says, 2 weeks ago, I received an amazing message from White Buffalo Calf Woman, one of our favorites to interact with. As I was researching this, I was wondering if she was actually a shapeshifter ET friend. Oh, so let's give this one a try.
I asked a couple ways, and with my pendulum, when I asked, is she actually a shapeshifter ET friend, I got a no. And then I asked, is there a connection between our galactic friends and White Buffalo Calf Woman, and got a yes. And I got this image of kind of like a funnel of light coming down to White Buffalo Calf Woman. So I believe there is a connection between the galactic people or entities and White Buffalo Calf Woman, but that entity itself, at least according to my reading, is not, she's connected, but she's not one. In this manifestation is what I just heard.
And I am kind of receiving a message from her where she's saying so she's talking about herself in plural kind of, but our lineage is ancient. So of course we have mingled with our galactic brothers and sisters. But a long time ago, our powers are varied and allow us to, she's not exactly saying shape shift, but allow us to put pictures in your mind, allow us to show you different things. So it may seem like we're a shapeshifter, but we are not.
I have to agree with the ladies here. I'm getting a no, like Joan, that it was that the connection that you had with White Buffalo Calf Woman was not a shapeshifter ET friend. So that portion of your question, and just like all of us, we all have connections with other lifetimes and other incarnations in other planets and things like this. So in that respect, she is connected just as we are connected. And And then I wanted to know, was there an ET shapeshifter connecting with you? And I got a no. So, but it's beautiful that you were able to connect with White Buffalo Catwoman. And she is more, I would categorize her a little bit more as like a ascended master and a wise one. And, somebody who's just at the love and the compassion and the reverence and the devotion, just those heart virtues that she can teach us. And it's so specific about being here on this earth, is what she wants us to do. She's very much connected to Gaia, and Gaia is part of the galactic, world, the galactic whatever universe. So in that respect, she is connected. But yeah, there is not really any one direct answer to that. So I hope that helps a little bit, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you so much for your question.
I want to interrupt the regularly scheduled programming to note how the windows behind you, Jean, it looks like they're, I don't know if you put shades down or what, but oh, that's what it is. It looked like there's this wonderful aura behind you. And I hadn't noticed that before. Okay, good. There's an earthly explanation for that.
Good.
It does. There is a tree outside, and you can see the branches of the tree, but the sun has to be at a certain angle in order for you to see that. And it was a little darker from the storm, but it looks like the sun is coming back out. So, yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. So this is a very interesting question here. Lori Hunsinger, she said, I did a 9 candles connection to my ancestors on 8/8, so during the portal. I've had a huge change in my heart, and a much longed for calm came to my spirit. Where my was my grandmother the one, or okay, maybe she means grandmothers. Were my grandmothers the one that opened me up so much?
Mm.
Okay, let's take a.
It was a team led by your paternal grandmother. And now I'm going out on a limb and telling you what I saw. I saw whom I assume was you as a little girl on a stick horse, a hobby horse, where it had the head and the stick, and you were just kind of racing. It was from right to left. And I don't know if that has any meaning for you, if this grandmother gave you a stick horse, or if that was something you liked to do when you were little. Spirit, does this have any significance? Just that they cherished you and your spirit from the time you were young, and reminder to hold on to that.
That's wonderful. What did you get, Jean?
I wasn't going to say it until Joan said hers, but I was getting Eeyore. You know Eeyore from the Winnie the Pooh, and it's similar to like the horse. So maybe it was just something similar, something around that kind of idea. I don't know if that means anything to you about your grandmothers, but they should be Eeyore. And then they also said, and so on, and so on, and so on. So it was the collection or the collaboration of all your grandmothers, all the feminine line in your ancestry. Like they all supported you. They all helped. It was all like a collaborative effort.
Well, I got something almost exactly the same. First, they had me in a nighttime scene. It's very dark, but there's a big fire in front of me. And your ancestors are behind that fire. Your grandmothers are beside the fire. and you're in front. And they're just saying that it was a group effort, but they were there near the front, and they're holding their hands in such a way. It's so weird that there's nothing in this picture that would say birth, but it's as if they're birthing you, as if they're holding the area open for you to come down the canal, for you to come out of the sacred space you were in, the uterus where that you were being formed and given sustenance, and now they're there beside the fire, kind of holding this back so you can come out and so you can be there. So they did indeed help, but all of them helped. They were just the closest ones to you because they're the closest ones over there now. So, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really, really, really cool, Laurie. So you'll have to keep us posted on that. I knew this 8-8 portal was a huge one. Can I just interrupt this program and and say, hey, Allie, thanks for coming by. She says, hi, ladies. She says, thumbs up, everyone. That's so sweet. Thank you very much for stopping by. I know. I was just watching her while I was getting ready for the show. She's been on every single night, every single day. she's the hardest working woman on YouTube.
Yes.
I think so. Well, oh my goodness, I have to agree with that. I think usually these portals, because my birthday was yesterday, so I'm kind of in the Lionsgate portal every year, I guess. Well, we all are, but they don't really do that much for me. But this was a big deal. This was very different. I feel changed from it, and I feel like they're showing me when anyone asks us anything, they're showing me change, that we all got changed a little bit here. I think so. Let's see. Are you up for a little bit of mediumship?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
My best.
Okay, here we go. So we have Karen Doyle here. She would like any message from her mom, Ellie.
Did she used to paint your fingernails red? And that's all I'm seeing, her painting either hers or your fingernails with red polish and bringing to mind that feeling of when you put nail polish on, which I don't do, but where it feels kind of cool and liquid. There's just that very unique feeling. And she said, you might feel something like that, either on your nails or elsewhere on your body, just sort of that cool touch, very subtle. And that'll be a sign that she's around. Yeah, just, and the reds for love.
So I'm getting a woman that she's showing me that she had like frosted hair, almost like really, really, really kind of on the blonde side, and it was curly and like almost like a set curl, but blonde. And she was she also showed me a little dog that she had with her, and she was very loving and loved the dogs, but she was very youthful. She kind of seemed like she was laid back, and she was hardworking. She was smart. She really she's just showing me herself smiling a lot. She is really very happy, very pleased. She almost wore like, those back in, I don't know, that there was the first time we had pull on kind of a stretch pant that she liked to wear. And She's just saying that she hasn't left your side and she's still in communication with you. She does visit you in your dreams, and she's showing me that a nest and eggs. So I'm not sure if there's a nest egg or something being created, or some like the family. There's somebody else in the family that's going to be continuing the family is going to be expanding. But she wants you to know that she's really very proud of you, and that she is thrilled that you are opening up and becoming more aware, and that you are trusting yourself and getting to know your own vibration. She said that, and it's a lot, it's a lot, it's a lot. So I'm just going to stop there. So she's talkative too.
So the evidence that she brought me wasn't visual. I don't see her per se, but I see what it is. I'm kind of feeling her spirit, that she was a hard worker. But what I'm feeling is she's authoritative. She was kind of a authoritative, buck stops here kind of person, it seems like. And what she's doing, after she shows me that, what she does is she just pours out from her heart. But I noticed the heart part last. I noticed what she was doing first and then where it was coming from. But she just flooded my vision with red roses, just tumbling out in this red stream of color and everything. And then as I looked more, I see it's coming from her heart. So she's just tumbling out these red roses for you, which to me, again, because it's coming from the heart, it's love. It may mean even more to you about these. They're full open red roses. They're just really stunning looking, and they're just going out. So that's her gift to you today. I noticed, but she gave us a little feedback. She's an oil painter and she paints her in the clouds.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's where Joan was getting the painting of the nail she was painting. She's painting.
Yep.
That's
Painting.
yeah.
Yep. She had a set curl for sure. That's cool. And she just says yes to you, Jean. Very, very happy. So
Beautiful.
yeah. Thank you so much, Karen Doyle, for letting us read your.
She says red roses makes total sense.
Wow.
Yes.
Good, because I wasn't quite sure about all that red roses, but it was very heartfelt, very from her heart. So let's see here.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah, thank you so much. I have Monique Arnold here, and she said, "Hi, my mom passed away 5 years ago today, and I was wondering if there are any messages." So actually, Monique, we're going to put you on hold. If you are still here, we would like your mom's first name because it makes it much easier for us. So we're reading pretty fast here and we don't want to have to sift the universe for your mom. So
there's a lot of moms here. Yeah.
Yes. So please just shoot us a little message in the chat what your mom's name is and we'll come back to you. So we're going to go over here to Sal the Raz. And really quick, I'm going to tell you the lineup so you know who can wait around and hear their reading. We have Morella Ricky, Hypnicity, Monique Arnold, and Evelyn Dismangles. I'm pretty sure I said the last name wrong, but that is what I have, and we'll just see how many we can get to in the time left. So, okay. So Sal Rhodes. Oh, and I should say, if you are here waiting, just shoot us a hi in the chat, in the live chat, so that we know you're still around. It is helpful to have you here because if we have questions or we also just bounce off your spirit a lot. So it's very helpful.
Well, I'm not sure if I have the right words for this, but what I'm seeing is like a sailing ship, a multi-masted old-fashioned sailing ship. And I'm kind of seeing it from above, and it's on I don't know if it's a tack or whatever. I'm a landlocked Minnesotan. Well, so I don't know, but it's like after you make the turn and anyhow, it's like after you make the turn and you're kind of keeled over, and so it feels dangerous, but it's because the sails are in close, it makes you go faster. So you might be, I think what they're saying is you might be in a period of rapid growth, and it can seem scary. It can seem like, is this what I want to be doing? But they're saying, don't worry, like the ship, you're built for this. So just hang in there. Know that you've got all the sails are adjusted just right, and take advantage of the wind. This is a period of rapid growth for you. So hang in there, and it's going to be just fine. And enjoy the ride.
Wow. I was getting something that they're shining you up. It's almost, I saw like a brush that was like a shoe shine brush, or even like a brush that you would brush a horse with that would shine the coat. There's something that they're going to be caressing you. They're going to be shining you up, like almost getting you ready. There's something about letting your light shine as well. But it's almost like they're going to peel off the outer shell of like programming and societal norms, and and really just brush off the anything that wasn't serving you, and let this beaming, beautiful, shining center of your light inside of you shine through. So that's what I got.
Wow. There's a theme building here, because what I first saw was a lot of tall green grass. Like I was a little kid and the grass is higher than my head. And I'm looking at this and it's so green and so beautiful, so lush. And they're showing me so what they're trying to say here is you are on a big path of growth. They want you to get curious, and start going through the grass and start, getting curious, looking, exploring around. And then I heard, get down in the weeds. So they're shining you up so you can really do some learning here to really get down in the weeds, really start investigating your skills or skills you would like to acquire. Yeah, it's big time of growth for you. Yeah, the green is the thing that really says to me growth, lots of growth. So,
Well,
okay.
Sal Ross said that she's trying to heal from years of pain.
Mm,
Hmm.
well,
And
I
she
think you're
says, wow, nice.
Good.
oh, that's amazing.
There
Okay,
was
so we have
Monique did give us her mother's name.
okay. She
And oops,
did.
Evelyn says you pronounced her name correctly.
Oh, good.
Woo-hoo.
Thank yeah. Teresa. Okay, let's go back to Monique Arnold's question. So she says, hi, my mom, Teresa, passed away 5 years ago today, and I was wondering if there are any messages. Okay.
She wants you to be kind to yourself. She feels the pain in your heart and the you still have that catch in your throat, and she said that to be kind to yourself and not to judge yourself, that this will take as long as it takes for you to work through. And she said that it's not she said it's the separation that is causing the most of the pain. She said because her love and your connection to her is still very strong. She says that she's still able to sort of guide you and mentor you or whisper in your ear. And she says that she encourages you and you do follow her encouragement. She says that she's still able to be there, and she does wish that you um, heal from the separation. There's like a I feel like a tearing from when the separation occurred, and she said that she said she felt this many times in your life, like when you started kindergarten, this tearing because the connection had lessened. And then when you got married and moved out, and that, kind of tore when you went to college or wherever, like each separation is a tearing and a disconnecting a little bit. But she said that this is a physical phenomena, and that to remember that she's always in your heart and her energy is always with you. And she says, just be quiet or sit quietly and listen. And she said that she's still guiding you. And she says, the moment you think of me, so I pop into your mind, or you hear something that I always say. She says, no, that is my way of letting you know that I'm still around.
For me, the first thing I saw made me wonder, is there a new baby coming into the extended family? Because I saw her holding up this little baby and then cradling it. And it kind of looked like a baby doll at first, but then I think it may have been you, that you're still her baby doll. And she just adores you. And she was saying that these anniversaries, she knows that there's no time there, but these anniversaries here can be difficult. But she's saying over there, it's more of it's like a birthday, that they came back home into the joy of the oneness. And so she said for her, and she hopes for you, that these anniversaries of her transition will be a time for you both to remember the joys you had together and focus on, she's thinking about when you were a little baby and how much she loved cradling you and watching you grow up and all of that. So she's encouraging you on these anniversaries to think of the joys and not the pain. And I know that I have certainly have many people in spirit, and I will remember all of the anniversaries of birth and death. And as time goes on, it's easier to remember the joys than of the emptiness and the loss, but it takes a while. So be kind to yourself. But that is what she's encouraging. And she's sending so much love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Definitely. Excuse me. Definitely so much love. And right away, she's a good communicator, because she sent a lot of things really fast. And the first thing she said is, there wasn't enough time with you on this earth. But she also says, there never would be. There never would be. Her love is so deep that there just wouldn't be enough time with you on the earth to satisfy her. So in that way, she's just really showing her love, showing how connected she is to you. And then, well, actually, even before that, for some reason, I picked up some irritation from her. So I'm not quite sure why she finds your last name, Arnold, irritating. But she's not saying, but she's a little irritated about it. I don't know why. And then the last thing she showed me, I also can't quite interpret, but she's showing me dice. she's showing me dice in a small area, maybe like she's got them in her hands or something. The dice have a green tone to them. Green. So I hope that green dice or dice somehow says something to you. Because she's not really illuminating that. She's just showing me the dice and okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to say hi real quick to Starfish. She's lurking. Yay. And Monique, thank you for letting us read your mother, Teresa. And just if you have any feedback, that is would be good to hear, especially if that dice makes sense. That would be kind of cool to know.
I think she's just trying to catch her breath. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I could feel the deep sadness. It seems like it was just yesterday sometimes, and I'm really picking up on that for her.
Yeah.
So, if you can, that'd be great. But we're sending you so much love and support there, Monica or Monique. I'm sorry, and just know that you're supported here. And thanks for your question.
We're sorry that your mom has gone to the other side. It's hard to lose your mom.
Yeah. And 5 years seems like nothing.
Yeah. Okay, so ladies, we're at 1 hour already. We have 3 questions left. Are you good for, how many are you good for? 1, 2, 3?
We can do them in the next 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Okay.
I think that should be good. We
Okay.
usually have, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's kind of, I'm going to choose this one because it's easy. This is an easy one. Hypnicity.
On Thursday. Oh, I'm so sorry that she lost this guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
She wants to know, did her 14-year-old lab shadow make it to the other side yet? Of course, we all know the answer is yes.
Let's get a message.
Yeah.
I hear that she, is it a she? He's like, you would be proud of me, Mom. You would be real proud of me. I did it just like you told me to. I'm not sure if you talked to him and told him how to follow the rainbow bridge and go to the light. I'm not sure if you gave him instructions and send him sweet messages and asked him to go with the angels. But he said, you'd be proud of me, Mom.
Oh, he's so happy and saying it's like I was a puppy again. Nothing hurts anymore. And I can still, he's still sending love and watching over you. We're still connected, he's saying.
Well, I'm just getting a very, very joyous dog. Who's really happy, who's kind of throwing a ball around a little bit, and just a happy dog. But I'm not getting more of a message than that. I'm just getting a happy dog. So yes, he's over there. He was there right away. It's easy. And he's just gonna hang out there waiting for you someday. Oh, yeah. It's a great dog.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
So Monique has some feedback.
Oh.
She says, thank you. That was really helpful. I'm not sure about the dice other than my ex-husband owns a game and hobby store. And perhaps that was the irritation with the last name too. Maybe. I don't know. We don't know if that's his last name or,
right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that may have something to do with it. I mean, yeah.
It doesn't say anything more to me, but maybe it was a game she played with Monique as a kid. I don't know. But thank you for giving us the feedback and taking a look at it. It's always interesting because maybe later on it might mean something more to you. And that often happens. Thank you, Monique. And thank you, Hypnicity, for letting us read Shadow. Let's see. Let's go to Morella, because I just saw her in the chat, so we know she's here. So Morella says, can I get a message from my husband? Our wedding anniversary is this Saturday. It would have been 34 years.
Wow. What's your husband's name?
Oh, that would be helpful.
That's okay. That's okay. She's right here. She's saying here. She can pop it in. We can start trying to connect. Well, yeah, just give us.
Yeah, Morella, just pop his name in real quick. So
Morella. Oh, I think I know his name. Isn't he? Reno. Yeah, I remember Reno.
Reno.
Because I had, and she.
Right. Okay.
Like it was like Dino, because I remember her last name being Ricci. So Reno Ricci. He said he married up. He said that you what?
I remember him.
Yeah, you remember him. He's saying he married up, and that you made him a better man, and that you were his you were the sunrise, the sunset, the moon. You were his world, and he worked hard for you. He was a very good provider. He wants me to say. He's asking me to make sure I say this. And he says, but you handled everything else. He said that you were, you made everything work. You made everything. He's showing me like a clock or like, a well-oiled machine, or that you took care of the rest, and that he couldn't be more proud of you. And he thanks you for giving him the best years of his life. And he says, we had good times, didn't we? He's like going, like we had some good times. He seems like he seems like a Don Juan, not a Don Juan, but like a ladies' man. Like he really was googly eyed over you, and he's remembering all the fun you had when you were first dating and first going out and hanging out with friends and doing things together, and just you and him before. He's just saying that he said he just felt very safe and very loved and very supported, and he couldn't think of living one day without you, and you just made him a better man. Yeah.
I was getting something very similar. At first I saw yellow roses that he's given you for the anniversary. And then I just got the idea, heart chakra just lit up, and he said, what was it? You opened his eyes to see things that he didn't see before. And then you opened his eyes, and you opened his heart to love in ways that he didn't understand before. And now it's even more apparent that, and it's like, yeah, you're right again. That once he's over there, he's like, of course, I learned that from Morella. And so he's getting deeper meanings of what you taught him by loving him now, because it's helping him be in sync with a higher vibration of love there. So it's the gift that keeps on giving, is your gift of love to him.
I remember him from a reading because he's a real lover. He's a lovey-dovey kind of guy, but I feel like he was really good looking, that he exuded a lot of charm. So I think he charmed you quite a lot too. He's kind of now showing me a fishing picture, like I charmed her and I landed her. Fishing, I landed her. and he feels like the winner in that one. But he's also apologizing. He said, "I know I was such a." He's kind of a ladies' man, and he said, "I'm sorry for any hint of any time that maybe you felt like I might be flirting with other women or something. Any time that the attention wasn't on you, I apologize." He really, really, I can't kind of say really enough. He's really learned a lot from watching you, and has, kind of wishes he had put all of his attention on you, did everything for you, did every, like, always back to the fishing issue. He's like, "I don't even know how I could have picked her up. She was like a completely gold fish. She was like, you know how heavy gold is." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So that's he's just thrilled at the time together. He's giving me this feeling, this kind of a winky kind of he's kind of alluding to, "Didn't we have fun?" Like, he means in the bedroom. He's "Didn't we have fun?" And he's kind of winking, and yeah, aw, he's a lovey guy. He must have broken a lot of girls' hearts to get and to find you.
She said he was a real teddy bear. And
Uh,
she said, yes, yes, Terry. Yep, you're right with that fishing. Yep. And she said, "Joan, yes, I used to always talk about the spiritual world to him and teach him things. And this is what you said, that he feels like he's learned so much over there. And she said, I had his personality, that he was a sweetheart. How cute.
yeah,
Thanks for the feedback, Marilla.
he was a lot of fun to read.
Yes.
And I remember last time he was a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to Evelyn Smangles. And this is our last question, last of the evening. Evelyn would like to know, do her guides have any job guidance?
I'm seeing weird images, which is what I do. And I won't explain it all, but the gist of it is that it seems like work now where you are is getting to be very rote and routine, or it feels almost like what I saw was somebody going down like on a motorized cart and giving a file and flipping the file onto everybody's desk. And everybody's sitting there like an automaton doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then they come to you and you've got a big plant on your desk. So you're the different one. You're the one that stands out, that has bright ideas. And they're saying that you have ideas and you may take a different approach, but this place where you're working, they just want to have the robotic approach. So, okay, Spirit, so how does she deal with this? How does she make the most of these lovely ideas that she's having for maybe doing things a little differently? It's looking for opportunities to spread your seed on fertile ground. Don't try to go directly to this machine or whomever this is that represents the person who's just saying, this is the way we've always been doing it. This is the way we're going to do it. Know that you've got the broader vision that things can be done a different way, but don't go head to head. keep that plant growing and watered and everything, and look for the opportunity. It's going to be there. It might be just like a little crack here or there. Know that you have information and ideas that could be beneficial to the organization. And so spend some time looking for the opportunity in which they'll be welcomed or help create that opportunity. But then if it's just not there and you're not satisfied working in the environment that you're in, then it's time to look for different opportunities. So I guess the long and short of it is, yeah, it can feel kind of like your creativity and your ideas and everything are being stifled right now, but don't give it up on it right away. And don't go, don't go butting heads. Look for a different way around. But if that's just not going to happen, you're the flower that needs to bloom, and you might want to look for other opportunities. Anybody else?
Can I go next?
Yes, please.
Because I feel like we almost got the same vision here. So
okay,
right away, and I don't know if this is your actual job or anything, but I saw you in a call center, in a job in a call center, which also would be just a lot, like Joan said, very rote, very rote.
Mhm.
You can answer the phone, you're going to do the things. And they called my attention to the fact that you have bigger and better ideas. It's all about the ideas again, that your ideas for change that would make your workplace better, would bring in more recognition, better statistics, better everything, that you somehow have the key to make your workplace work better. Now, I don't know if you're going to get a chance to do that, but what they are suggesting is you can't do that from the position you're in now, and they want you to look for the next step. Go up a level. If you are, let's say you're in a call center, look for call center manager. Look within the company because they already know how valuable you are. But look outside too. But don't quit. Keep doing your job till you find something else. But you are very creative. You know what's going on. You know the lay of the land. You know where I want to say the profit margins are. You know how to make everything better, not only for your customer but for the business. You have a lot. I would not be surprised if you're not claircognizant, where you have knowings all the time, because you know the score. And yeah, you can use that to move up. They want you to move up.
I think that's great. I think that's great. And I have to agree with the ladies here that I feel you can see things. You can see through people, and you can see people who are just not genuine, and people who are. It's you can see the reality. You can feel the disingenuine type of environment that you're in, or people that are just putting on an act, and it's disheartening. It is disheartening. But what they want you to do is they want you to be that plant on the desk that Joan saw. They want you to be the alive, the vibration, the frequency of of authenticity, the frequency of creativity, the frequency of nature and calmness, and be the vibe that you want to see in your surroundings. And then have the perspective of that you're here to be the light, be the vibration, and to teach. And I also got in the very beginning is keep looking, but don't leave. That it and if it even if you don't find something, the looking will satisfy you of, if this isn't meant to be, I'm going to find something else. But keep looking, keep putting your application out there, but don't leave right away. At least give it a chance. And the people who are asleep, they are asleep, and corporate environments are difficult to deal with. but trusting your guides, trusting your angels, travel to work in the golden blue egg and send love and light out to everybody, and get that plan on your desk. Talk to the plant.
Yeah.
Put some crystals around you if you can.
Yeah.
And this is more from former manager Joan rather than Space Joan. But look around for other people who might be, a team lead or something like that. Somebody that might be open to some ideas, and carefully suggest. I've been thinking we could do with these 5 people, do a test case if it is a call center, doing it with these words or this, and then we could gather the data and bring it to them and see, if we did it this way, just something small, or maybe it's like a lateral organization within the company, somebody else that might be open to ideas. And maybe if it's even feeding the manager, because it's all about everybody's there, for their own reputation. If there's somebody that you feel like you could trust, that you could feed not all of your good ideas, but some good ideas, so that this person can look good for his boss, his or her boss. And then you've got an ally. So it's all this strategy that might be involved too. But just run those things through. But I think our message, all 3 of us, is pretty much don't quit, and continue being the light that you are.
Right. Yep. Okay. Well, thank you so much, ladies. This has been a really good show. Lots of good readings. Would you both mind telling me where we can see you next? So, Joan, where are you going to be next?
I am taking, the rest of this week off, but I will be back here on Jean's channel next Monday. And then I don't have a date for it yet that I remember, but something exciting that's coming up is Starfish and I are going to be reading together next month sometime, I believe. And we're going to be doing something about reincarnation, see if we can do past lives.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
That is really fun. I love that. And I have Marina from Heart Centered Tarot is going to be, we're going to be together tomorrow. I thought she was coming on my channel, but I think I might be on her channel, but we'll be simulcasting. So just so you know, and that's Tuesday the 15th at 5:30 with Marina, 5:30 Eastern. And on Friday, the 18th, I'll be with Terri Suzuki and Terry Lee, the Psychic Triad. And then I have a busy Saturday. I have Mark Antha, the Spirit Whisperer. And I also have my show with Shane from Unbiased and on the Fence this Saturday, the 19th. So just subscribe to the channel and click on the community page, and I'll be sending out all those reminders and links.
Yeah.
And how about you, Terry?
Mm-hmm. Well, first, I want to encourage the audience to go to the Shane Unbiased, and is it On the Fence?
Yeah.
Show. It's a really good show. It's got a slightly different vibe than this, and very magical. I would really can try to encourage everybody to go over and catch that show. Of course, you already know on the 18th, I will be with the Psychic Triad on Friday. But then Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to Ocean Shores, Washington, and I will be at the MeWe Metaphysical and Wellness show. So if you happen to be there in person, come and get a reading in person. It's a lot of fun.
Wow, that's a 2-day show. That's a lot of energy there.
Yeah. And I'm going to be reading the room on the first day. I'm going to do it 2 days. So on the first day, I'm going to be reading the room, but I'll be the very last person. So you won't get to see me in action if you are there. But on Sunday, the second day, I'm the first one. So I get to be the first person you see there reading a room. So you'll get to see what I do. So
excellent. Well, good for you, Terry.
Yeah, thank you. And Wiki says she's going to be there. So yay, Wiki. Okay, everybody, this has been such a fun hour. Is there anything else for the good of the order that either one of you would like to say? No, we're good?
We're
Okay.
good.
Hang on to your seats because this show started out with those ETs and I can still feel them. And that was so much fun.
Yes, that was fun. Okay, everybody, thank you for bringing your interesting questions. We'll see you again next Monday.
Thanks,
Okay,
everybody. Bye-bye.
I know.
bye.